This episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, Authentic Muay Thai Lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of a Nak Muay. Go check it out.
Sawasdee Krap, welcome to the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast, guys. So on today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm in Norway. I had a lot of people asking me why I'm in Norway. So let me adjust my camera here. Alright, so the reason I'm in Norway, I have a lot of them. So back in June, basically when things started reopening, we were able to hire some of our team back. I told them, like, hey, if things are still weird come December, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the academy. I'm not sure what's going to happen with business. So as I was going through and we were talking about this, it came up, either we're going to lay everybody off and me and my brother are going to have to take care of everything, or, I figure out a different solution, I get another job. So one of those potential solutions that came up was to move to Norway. We looked at, when I say we, I mean my wife and I looked at living options here in Norway, and being in Oslo, which is touted as one of the most expensive cities to live in the world, it just happened to actually cost about half of our living expenses in California. So with obviously business not doing good because of COVID, shutdowns, can't really operate, etc., we decided to pull the trigger on it because back in, November, we were hanging out with some of our students and stuff like that, did some live training and stuff like that. We had some guy threaten myself, my wife, our dog, a bunch of our students, some of our coaches with some gun violence in Ventura. And my wife, being from Norway, she'd never experienced that before. And I kind of, on the back of my head, try to think, man, this is not the first time this has happened to me. It's happened quite a few times, actually, being in California, specifically in Ventura. So we made the decision, hey, we're going to move to California. We're coming up in December. Things aren't getting better business-wise. And we saw, our savings just going lower and lower and lower, and that's dangerous because that means that we would have to get close to basically shutting down our business or going one of those alternative methods of letting everybody go and taking a big step back business-wise to be able to operate, and that wouldn't have been sustainable because I did that before, and it's not sustainable. It's literally you're burying the candle at both ends at this point with the business being at what it is for Pu'u Muay Thai. And the organization we're becoming internationally. And just a side note here too, for those on the podcast on YouTube, just so you guys know, I might be making some comments for people who are here on Instagram. All right, I got our Instagram live feed over here too. Make sure, if you guys haven't already, check us out on TikTok and Instagram at Pu'u Muay Thai. Post a ton of live content. I'm streaming this live right now. If you guys are listening on iTunes, Spotify, be sure to leave a review. It means the world to us. Talking about this, you guys will understand why. So, came forward. We decided to move to Norway, and the initial idea. A lot of people asked how long are you gonna go, and honestly, we didn't know. We had a general idea to figure out hey, we're gonna be there until about January 15th. 2 months, gives us 2 months to see what's going to happen in the U.S. at that time, specifically in California where our businesses are located. So we're coming up on January, and things are actually getting worse in California again. So being out here in Norway, cutting our living expenses in half, I'm looking at cutting our living expenses again. So it's going to be a quarter of what it is here in Oslo. We're looking at potentially moving away from Oslo because the Muay Thai programs and stuff out here are closed down too. Restaurants, indoor dining and stuff like that's open. There is a mask mandate, but they're not mandatory. It's more of a voluntary compliance. If people want to wear them, they can make the choice to wear them. If they don't want to wear them, they don't have to wear them. It's not a whole politicized thing like it is back in United States. It's very sad that got politicized. So part of that thing, it's really got me thinking being out here. I talk about, if you follow me on social media, I've been like, hey, Norway has this, it's different than California, different than the US, how we're handling it. And one of the things is like, yeah, the population of Norway is actually less than California. Like, we have more people in the state of California than they do here in Norway. I think something around 8 million people in California, if not more. And then I think Norway actually has less. With that, people always make the argument of, hey, population density is more in California. Well, in some areas, yes. But compared to Oslo, there's actually more people in Oslo, the population density in Oslo, than in Ventura. So, and the shutdowns aren't as restrictive in Oslo. Not to mention, there's also the factor of there being mass public transport here. Like, it costs money to drive. People don't drive that much in Oslo. If you live in Oslo, you don't drive. You might own a car to go travel out. It's an electric car. But it costs money to drive in Oslo. There's tolls everywhere. They're automatic tolls. They send you a bill. It's not like tolls where you have to drive through a bridge like back in the US where you pay. Or you have like the Easy Pass. Completely different, and they're everywhere in the city. So you're not crossing a bridge. You just drive through the city, you get tolls. So a lot of people are on public transport. There's like people piled in to subways, buses, trains, cable cars. And, during busy peak time, like, I've never seen that many people crowded into one place since the beginning of shutdown. Even like Walmart back home, not that crowded. So you take for that what you will. The population density here is higher. There's about an extra 300 people per square kilometer. And not to mention, a lot of people, that's just people that live in Oslo. There's people that commute to Oslo from outside surrounding areas to be able to come work. Whereas the opposite in Ventura. In Ventura, it's either you work in industrial there, or you commute outside of the county down to LA to work. So, hey, Charles Creates, what's up, man? Good to see you. If you guys haven't checked out On The Go Voice, the podcast, great guy, content creator from Ventura County. So, seeing that, it just made me realize more and more of how much this has been politicized back in the U.S. and, having these shutdowns and how it affects business. Because, businesses here, not to mention, so they have restaurant, indoor dining. I actually just finished your podcast from Charles Creates. Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Posting today. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm going to hold you to that because right now it's daytime. It's about it's 12:15 p.m. here in Oslo, Norway. So I'll keep my eye out for it. I've been checking. I've been listening to your podcast, man. I'll post a link here on the Go mobile voice, or sorry, not mobile, on the Go voice. Right here, I'll post a logo right up here. So if you guys haven't checked them out, go check them out. They're a local content creator podcast showing local voice and people who are helping the community in Ventura County and surrounding areas. Definitely go check them out. It's 3 a.m. Man, that makes sense that content creators up at 3 a.m. tune in on Instagram Live and working away, man. Much respect to you, Charles. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I really enjoy what you're doing with the community. We need it right now. All right, we need it. So, as we're coming through for stuff that's happening here in Oslo compared to California, like I said, it's just never more apparent that it's been politicized. Here, the government's giving them some financial relief. It's the Nordic model. People call it socialism and stuff too. Trying to go all the content out by 2020. Yeah, man. I'm doing the same. I'm doing it all day today, actually. Guilty as charged, man. So as we're going into Norway, like I said, it's more of a socialist model. So they call it the Nordic model. They have more support because their tax money, believe it or not, actually they get some benefits of it. It goes towards helping people and helping businesses. And I believe that that's something that needs to happen back home, but I'm not a politician, so I can't change that much about it. But likewise, keep having fun out there, bro. Thank you, Charles Creates. Appreciate it, man. On the Go voice. Go check him out. So, seeing how that has affected business out here, and the businesses are shut down, so can't do Muay Thai stuff out here really. You can train outside, but it's getting 20 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you on Celsius, it's like -2, -3. So it's starting to get cold, and I think -10's on the soon forecast. You can't really train outside. You can, but it's not the best for your lungs over time. So being over here allows me to cut my living expenses way down in an attempt to save Pu'u Muay Thai. That's one of the reasons behind it. And honestly, I with the way things were happening, I couldn't afford to live in Ventura, California anymore. I couldn't afford to live in Santa Barbara. I was even looking at, subsidizing myself into a van life. But then having the gyms closed and stuff like that where you can go take showers at like Anytime Fitness 24, that kind of made that a little bit harder. So to answer now, like when I come back, I honestly don't know. I plan to come visit. I'm kind of waiting for Inauguration Day and everything like that. There was that bombing that happened in Nashville, Tennessee. That happened, and I have a feeling that there might be more stuff like that. May not be the best time to travel. So I want to make sure that it's safe for me, my family, and the best use of money to be able to go over and go visit you guys, go train, especially if we're shut down, we're not able to operate. Like, that's cool. I get to go see my family. I get to FaceTime with them too. But I really want to train with our students. So there's been a lot of time to reflect on what's been happening. Like, what I enjoy most about Pu'u Muay Thai and what I enjoy most about running a Muay Thai academy. And the thing is, I really genuinely miss you. I miss the students. So our community that we're able to serve there, all the people that have been supporting us since day one, people that continue to support us, ones that support us during shutdown, I miss all of you guys. And it tears me up that we even had to get to this point. And we have people who are out there attacking people like me that are trying to keep things going, saying, hey, this is very serious, blah, blah, blah. But here, we need to think about the vulnerable population. But also, at this point, we're going 9 months in. It was 286 days or something like that now when I'm recording this podcast. Day before my 32nd birthday. And, what about my family? My staff that are able to support the kids. I've had parents say thank you so much for having online programs and being open when you can, because my son suffered from depression during shutdown. This is like a 10-year-old kid that's suffering from depression. That's gonna impact him through his preteen, teenage life into his adult life. And I know it's not the only one, because we have a lot of adults who've come forward with that too. And I really feel for everybody. For those that don't know, go listen to How We Became Pu'u Muay Thai podcast. I'll post it up right here, How We Became Pu'u Muay Thai. Okay? You guys will hear a little bit more about how we came to be. All right? So when that was happening and having openings and stuff like that, believe me, the last thing I wanted to do is move away from California. And to be honest, it costs less for me to live here in Norway and travel to the U.S. To go visit every other month. If I was going to visit every other month and international travel is more predictable, that's what the plan is, to be there every other month for a few weeks at a time. And, that's still a loose plan because things aren't predictable right now, like I was saying. So, as regards to the nature of things, we had our end of year meeting with our team. Some successes this year. We had a big outdoor testing promotion. For those of you that were part of that, our students out there, you guys made that happen. That was so much fun. Coach Ryan, we had All Night Love Party Design help out make us some custom cupcakes, balloons. We had an awesome testing promotion outdoors. We had over 50 people outdoors. Distance with the family members and stuff like that too. It was a great time. If you guys haven't checked out that video on our YouTube, it is on our YouTube channel. And we had a lot of fun with our students that day. And it was amazing. That was a great success. Also, our fundraising we done for 821, who also have a fundraiser going on right now through Instagram Live. If you guys are on Instagram Live, go check out 821. They're anti-human trafficking organization. We were part of their Global Freedom Summit at Pu'u Muay Thai in Ventura. And seeing that come to fruition was pretty awesome too. We all still work with Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking, known as CAST LA. We fundraised a couple $1,000s through merchandise sales during shutdown to be able to help them. Because right now, basically, I talked about this before, there's more people enslaved now than ever in history. All right? Ever in the world. Okay, so that's something to think about. It's funny, my neighbors are coming home right now and I'm staring out the window. They're going to come right by. So if you guys see me wave to them, that's what that is. Seeing, just to, grasp, you hear about slavery and the slave trade and stuff like that through U.S. history class and how bad it was and how horrific it was. And to hear that there's actually more people being trafficked now than ever, it just completely boggles my mind with the amount of information trade and stuff like that we have nowadays. To see that happen, I think is insane. So I'm very, we had Ari, our program director in Ventura, they're helping get that sorted out. And that was a success that the Academy had this year. Seeing people come back to train, after shutdown, that was a success. And I just really enjoyed seeing that with everybody too. Hey, Mom. Hey. So, I think it's really important to take that time to, remember everything that you did this year too. All right, the fact that you made it through 2020, you're on this side of the dirt, and you're listening to this video, watching it, listening to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, that's a success. Okay? But I hope that fills in a little bit more why I'm out here. Obviously, there's some more stuff going on over here in Europe in regards to Muay Thai activity. Things are looking like they're shutting down again. They're that new strain of viral contagion that outbroke in Britain. And looks like stuff in France and stuff's getting shut down and everything again too. So I really hope things get better. I wish I had more answers for you guys. I had a lot of people asking, when you come back? I don't know. I wish I could say, hey, I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm on the plane. We're going to train. But the reality is, I can't afford to be in Ventura right now unless I live with my family and, 32-year-old living with his mom or his dad with his dog and his wife. Doesn't make sense. But I can. So I'm really trying to figure out how we can do this, guys. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing stuff here on YouTube, training videos. We're doing Zoom classes and stuff like that via Zoom during shutdown. I'm on there too on Saturdays, the 10 a.m. Saturday class. I'm on there with you guys. So if you guys ever want to come in the Saturday class for Pu'u Muay Thai and come check it out, come say hi. I'm on there live. If you're not an enrolled student, just so you guys know too, we're also taking virtual students via online. If you have Zoom, phone, tablet, anything like that, you guys come check us out too. Just give us a call at the Ventura Academy. We're closed until January 11th for our annual holiday closure, but you can give us a call at front desk. We'll follow up with you, or fill out the free trial form on our website at muaythaiventura.com. All right, so just fill out the free trial form that's right over there, okay? Once you fill that out, when we come time to reopen, have you file a waiver, get you set up on a trial and everything like that too, okay? Be a great time. We also have a whole online university course you guys can take advantage of as an enrolled student, or if you want to buy that standalone, if you don't enroll, you can get that too. All right, it's pretty badass. We worked on that over the summer with me and Coach Josh and Coach Ryan. So definitely go check that out too, guys. But yeah, so as we go into 2021, I would like to share this message that I shared with my team. Okay, so we're coming into 2021. I want you to think of Muay Thai fight is 5 rounds. Okay, 5-round fight. So most amateur fights, you'll get people that come out guns blazing in the first round. Okay, and maybe they drop the other person gets up, and it's kind of sloppy. All right, so we just survived one of those rounds. Round number 1, it's 2020. All right, we got up, we gave some of our shots, we were able to fire back, get some body kicks, get some sweeps in too to fire back, but we got dropped a couple times. Now it's our time, we're on the bench in between round 1 and 2, and it's time to start getting some momentum and score a little bit more in round 2. So that way we can take rounds 2, 3, and dominate round 4 and sail through round number 5 and be back where we're at, be able to win. Okay, so if you're having a hard time, I want you to think about that too. It's okay. A lot of us are having a hard time right now. A lot of us are sacrificing a lot to continue doing the things that we love to do. All right, I know it's not just me. I'm very fortunate to be able to go travel and do this kind of stuff as well, and be able to be outside of the country and be able to put myself in a better financial place to be able to sustain our business. I know not everybody's in that same boat. I feel it because I don't want to be away from my family. I don't want to be away from our team. But it's part of the sacrifice that I'm willing to make, because for me, I'm all about Pu'u Muay Thai. We're not going anywhere, guys. We're going to be around for a long time. So between round 1 and 2, it's time to go out there. Use our teeth to keep them away when they become aggressive. All right, use our footwork to evade. Okay, pivot. Turn the business around. Also, defend yourself. Fire off more body kicks. Use more weapons. Show more technique. And show why we're going to be here for a long time. Okay, show the world why you're going to be here for a long time. All right, we have some awesome goal-setting stuff that we're releasing on Amazon through our online store. If anybody's interested in checking that out, you can go to pmtlifestyle.com. We have a link on there and stuff as well for all of our merchandise. That helps support the Academy directly. If you guys haven't seen the merch, it's printed, made to order, so make sure you order your size. Every single piece of merchandise we have has a sizing chart on it. Please know it's hard to accept returns because we eat the cost directly, and right now we're not making a lot of income. So please double check your size. Make sure you guys get the right size. All right. Also, for those of you that aren't students of the Academy but want to support still, just so you know, we are now on Patreon. All right, so Patreon, what that allows you to do is you can commit to a small monthly amount. I believe the smallest amount's $5. There's multiple benefit tiers that you guys can have. There's some that include merchandise and stuff like that too. Know that that's a great way to support the Academy as well, because every little bit counts. Okay, every little bit counts for here at Pu'u Muay Thai, for our organization, for our team. Okay, so go check us out at Patreon. I'll have the link in our description on YouTube and on iTunes and Spotify. Definitely go check out Patreon, see if that's something that you would be interested in. We're doing live streams only for our followers. We're doing shout outs. You guys get credits here on our videos. Also shout outs on podcasts and stuff like that too. You get one-on-one interaction with some of our coaches and myself as well. It's a great way to help support the Academy. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. It's on Patreon, and I'll have the link again down in our bio. For those of you that are on Instagram, I don't have a link on PMT Lifestyle yet, but I will soon. Okay, I'm working on getting some stuff sorted out with that. But with that said, guys, I hope everybody has an awesome, safe New Year. If you're drinking, please do not drink and drive. I know that it's tempting. Use Uber, use Lyft. That money is worth it. Okay, as someone who's had people directly affected by drinking and driving in their life, and I know a lot of my friends out there have too, please don't drink and drive. Be safe out there. And COVID's still a thing. People can still get sick. I don't care if you're low risk. Know that, hey, be sensible. Okay, that's all I ask. Be sensible and be responsible for your health. I'm reading a book called Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. All right, so I highly recommend that book too if you haven't checked it out. But with that said, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. Definitely check out the website, check out our merch, check out our Patreon, and looking forward to seeing all you guys soon. All right, Sawasdee Cup.